Victor Hugo once said, "To teach the ignorant as much as you can." Society is culpable in not providing a free education for all, and it must answer for the night which it produces. In other words, society fails to educate all, and in return must pay a costly price.
For those of us who live in the States, such a thing is very hard to believe. Each child in this country has an equal access to educational resources and opportunities that those from other parts of the world have only heard stories of. Here, we have top-of-the-line textbooks, advanced technology, and teachers who strive to help students perform the best they can. As per Victor Hugo's statement, society will pay a great price for its inability to provide a free education for all, and he was so right in saying so. An unequal access to education has costed nations up to $1.9 trillion and has proven to be one of the biggest barriers of economic growth. As a result of unequal access to education, the world faces problems such as wasted brilliance, poverty, and a stunted global economy.
For a problem so big and urgent, one would assume that the solution be just as grand and complicated. But it is quite the contrary. There are multiple ways through which this issue could be resolved. One plausible solution is for us to increase our funding and ensure that the money is spent in the right way. For example, in Pakistan, where the literacy rate is a meager 62%, 23% of the yearly expenditures goes towards military spending, while a mere 7.8% goes towards spending for education. If these expenditures were brought to somewhat of an equilibrium, then the extra money for education could be used to build new schools or improve those that already exist. One other solution is for us to raise awareness and provide incentives along with it. Believe it or not, so many people are unaware of the severity of the situation, but if we can all raise awareness and provide people with a reason to help, then we've got ourselves a united front with one goal in mind. This way, we'd be sure to see some changes. But most importantly, we need to raise our future generations in an environment where education is encouraged and valued.
Funding and spreading awareness. Though these are possible solutions, they can only do so much. Our optimal solution for a problem like this is to raise our future generations in an environment where education isn't just something for the rich kids, and it's not a waste of time either. Children are the future of any country. Their biggest inspirations are the people they view on a daily basis, and their strongest influence is their home environment. For this very reason, our solution begins at home. If parents simply began encouraging their children to attend classes and acquire basic skills in just math and reading, the child would have so much more hope for a better and brighter future. And isn't that what every parent wants? For their child to be successful in every way possible? From how I see it, only good can come from resolving this issue. But in order to make amends to our flawed education systems, we must all come together and do our part in fixing this problem.
However, every solution almost always has something that hinders it from happening. Our optimal solution has a hindrance as well. The places heavily affected by unequal access to education are third world countries, in which many families burden their children with the responsibility of contributing to the family's income at a very young age. These families will view education as a waste of time and will not promote it. They would rather than the money for education be used to run the household, and the time and effort that goes into learning be used in something that will provide more instant and short-term help for running the household. It is a commonly said phrase that, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance, which is so very true in every aspect. In the long run, the cost of an education is far less than the cost of ignorance, and its results are just as awe-inspiring.
What these parents need to ask themselves is how are their children going to escape the same fate as them if they don't have the means of progressing in a world where the biggest weapon of progress is education itself?
Another optimal solution for this urgent issue just screaming for help is to get other countries that are better off to pitch in and provide their help and resources. As recorded by Simon Rogers, author of the article Literacy Rates Around the World, there are 31 primary school pupils dropping out, 32 million children repeating a grade, and a grand total of 61 million children that have never even been enrolled in a school. Unequal access to education can, in a sense, be labeled as the root of all our problems.
When young children can't find a way to jot down or express their thoughts and ideas, we found the cause of stifled innovation. When employed adults can't read printed directions, we found the cause of a dampened global economy. When every generation is stuck in the same social class, working the same jobs as their predecessors, we found the cause of poverty. By educating one person at a time, we're taking giant leaps towards the betterment of society. There are many organizations like these out there that are kindling a fire by educating one person at a time that will one day be strong enough to burn out the darkness that this unequal access to education has caused around the world. It is our responsibility towards humanity to give everyone what they so rightly deserve, the world's most powerful weapon, a basic education.